All right, so this is the statement for the tree forms. To avoid redundancy, I'll just read that specific portion. Through my tree forms, I express a feeling of sickness, death, and deformation in the natural world. My sculptures are autobiographical embodiments of my own intense frustration and anger, while simultaneously acting as vehicles for illustrating our indelible connection to nature. I give the tree forms a voice with which to declare their own symbolic demise. I draw connections between humans and nature by creating tree surfaces that resemble pinched, burned, bound, stitched, and scarred flesh and bone. My large forms and installations allow the viewer to have a more visceral interaction with the work. When one can walk around or under a piece that is similar to or larger than a human scale, it creates a greater paradoxical sense of both compassion and threat. The forms themselves exude feelings of strain, struggle, fatigue, meant to elicit an empathic reaction from the viewer. Okay, so let's have a look at the first piece. Again, as you saw on the sign, the tree forms in this exhibition are mainly from about 2012, and they kind of span a number of years. I tend to work on a body of work for about 5 years. So these are made from, as most of the work you'll see, brown and black stoneware, and it's all hand-built and hand-carved. And it's stained with ceramic oxide stains. There used to be 3, but one of them sold. Yay. Okay, so on the windowsills are all just these little root bundles. They don't really have a title, they're just kind of here to give a little extra thing to look at. That piece was titled Tip, the first one. Tip 1, 2, and 3 that is sold. So these are entitled Pith. They are inspired by microscope slides, cross sections of the xylem and phloem in the plant, in plant flesh, which you might remember from biology class. Again, black and brown stoneware with oxide stains. And if you're curious, all of this work is for sale. All right, this big piece in the middle here is called Helix. And it's quite interesting that I made a piece referencing genetics when the neurology work is actually inspired by my son's rare genetic condition, but I made this piece before we had him. So you can see that the qualities I was talking about in the artist statement, the kind of defeated, tired, kind of beat down form here. I made this cart that it's sitting on, and it has resin cast leaves coming down from it. Oops, sorry. So they're translucent, stained with wood stain. Okay, so those are some selections from the tree series. Okay, moving on to the maps.